webinar. This webinar I am doing, actually I'm doing them every week now, because I am on a mission to help as many people as I can to get their finances in order. And I know a lot of people are just not aware of who I am. I know there are a lot of other individuals, organizations that are also doing webinars, that are also doing coaching classes, but some of them have these classes that are so incredibly expensive that most people just can't afford to even participate in them. And what I've tried to do is just make everything understandable to you. And really, these webinars are created to help you guys really just take a look at where you are. Because if you don't really look at your situation and understand that if you don't do something and do something right away, you're going to be in trouble. Because when life happens, you want to make sure that you are ready and ready to do what you need to move forward. So I want you guys to really take a look and ask me, or ask yourself, do you really know about money? And I know some of you say, well, yeah, I know about money. I mean, I make money, I work money, I spend money. But do you really know about money? And I ask this question because I think a lot of people abuse money. And when I say they abuse money to the point that they don't have any. And when you work every day and you work long extended hours, but at the end of the month, you don't have anything left or anything to show except bills. And at some point, you have to take a look at yourself and look at your situation, look at your debt and say, you know what? Something has to give because this is not working for me. And if you're that person who have been going through this year after year after year, and I mean year after year after year and after year and after year, I mean a very long time. And you have to get to a point and ask yourself, I got to do something different because what I'm doing is not working. And I want to stress this because there are some things I'm going to talk about tonight that it's probably going to step on some toes, but I need you to admit it and quit it because I'm stepping on your toes now and you don't really need the money that will be needed in the future when life happens. So if I can step on your toes right now and encourage you to get ready and prepare yourself so that you always have access to what you need, then my job is done. But I don't want you to sit on this webinar and just listen to me and you get off the webinar and say, oh, okay, yeah, that was nice. You know, she has some really good points. And next week, next month, you still struggling financially. You still not saving. You still don't have any money. You still living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, nothing changed. We got to get to a point in our life where we're tired of being uncomfortable. And I say uncomfortable, but in all honesty, I think a lot of you are still very comfortable. Because at some point, if you continue to work every day and all you do is take your whole paycheck and go pay bills, and you've been doing that year after year after year after year, that means you're comfortable with that. And I don't know about you, I don't want to work to be giving my money away. I know most of you want to be able to take trips, you want to be able to have fun with your family, you want to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it, and not be concerned with cost. And if you know that's not where you are right now, that's not the life that you're living, something's got to give. So that's why I asked the question, what do you know about money? Because if you're not living the life that you want to live, then obviously you don't know about money at all. Well, who am I? I am Marsha Smith. I am a financial coach and I am a Houston-based realtor. And what I have done over the last 2 years is I used to really focus on individuals wanting to purchase a home. Well, I have changed that because I have had far too many people come to me wanting to buy a home. I mean, they're ready, they're eager, they just ready to do whatever it takes. But we look at their credit, we look at their bank statements, we look at their debt. They're not ready to buy no house. They don't even have money in savings. And it just got to a point for me that I am not going to continue to put people in houses that I know need to be still renting. I don't want to put someone in the house and a year, maybe even 6 months from now, they're calling me, oh, I need to sell this house because I'm about to lose it. That means I was focused on the check. I wasn't focused on the client. And that's not me. I am focused now on the client. And I am so incredibly passionate about helping more individuals look at their finances so that they can get their house in order. Yes, I would love for everyone to buy a house, but my main focus is, can you keep the house? And if you can't keep the house and you're right now renting and you're struggling, guess what? You're not ready to buy a house. You live in paycheck to paycheck. Something goes wrong in your house. What you gonna do? You can't call your landlord. It's your house. And this is why I'm just so really big on this budgeting thing. I know a lot of people are real excited about, oh, I want to get my credit right. No, you need to get your money right. Because if you get your credit right and you still spending money, like you can go pull money off a tree in the backyard, then when you get good credit, I guarantee you're going to be back at bad credit once again because you didn't learn anything. You got to learn how to manage money first, okay? Because when money comes into your hands, and if all you know is I'm going to go shopping, I'm going to go traveling, I'm going to go buy all this stuff that I want to buy, and I'll take care of my needs later. No, that's not how it works. Again, you don't know money, and I want to teach you a little bit about money tonight. Again, my mission is to help as many people as remotely possible that will hear me on how to manage their money, on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, how to stop struggling, okay? How to be able to get paid and you forget it was payday. I mean, seriously, if you got paid, let's say this past Friday and today is Monday, and you realize, oh my God, I got paid on Friday. I totally forgot. I mean, seriously, how would you feel? Because if you're that person who's been living paycheck to paycheck, every time you get a paycheck in, really the night before 12 o'clock midnight, you on your computer trying to pay a bill. If you know that is you, and you got to a point where you were paid and you totally forgot it 2 days later that you even got paid, that is game changing. And I know a lot of people look at, getting to that point where they're financially free as being having no debt, have nothing to worry about, just collecting checks. Let me explain to you what financial freedom is to me. And I think a lot of you, if not all of you, will agree with this. Financial freedom to me is the ability to be able to know where your money is going. When money comes in your hand, you know what to do with it. You don't just get it in your hands and you just start spending. You just start spending or giving money away to people. Financial freedom is being able to no longer live paycheck to paycheck, to pay your bills once a month, to have at least $10,000 in a dedicated savings account, and to be able to do what you want, when you want, how you want, and not be concerned with how much things cost. Because at the end of the day, you got it. That to me is financial freedom. No, you don't have to be completely debt free, because those of you that are struggling right now and you can't even relate to anything I just said, and you be able to get 2 of those items, okay, let's just say you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You're able to pay your bills once a month. You may not have $10,000 in the bank, but now you've been able to save $1,000 in about 2 or 3 months, and you haven't been able to save $1,000 in the last 2 or 3 years. That is financial freedom, because now you're no longer stressing. You may not be at the mountaintop yet, but you're well on your way. You're seeing the results every single month. Something's changing for your better. And that's what financial freedom is to me. And that's my mission, to get more people to that place. Because it's time out for working every day, and most people are broke, busted, and disgusted, and they don't have anything to show for it but a whole bunch of debt. We may have a nice car. We may have some nice clothes, handbags. We look good. But when you look at us on paper, we need to file bankruptcy because we are just messed up from the floor. And I want you guys to understand, if this is you, admit it and quit it. You don't have to admit it to me, but at the end of the day, you got to keep it real with yourself. Because as long as you keep on, renting this lifestyle that you can't afford, when the ball drops and life happens and you can no longer afford it, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The thing you want to ask yourself, how much money do you have to your name? And I'm not talking about if you just got paid on Friday and you have about $600-700 left, but you still have to pay your car note. You still have to go buy groceries. No, you don't own that. That money's already owed out to someone. What do you have in a dedicated savings account that you're sitting aside that is being saved? That is what you have to your name. I'm not even talking about a 401k, because you can't even put your hands on that, really. I mean, you got to jump through a couple hoops to get that money. But what do you have right now liquid that you can go put your hands on? And if you don't have at least $1,000, then that's a problem. That is a huge problem. And you work every day and you don't have $1,000 to your name, and I know you make more than $1,000 a month. What's your net worth? And I want everybody to do this exercise. And this ain't the time to be shameful, be in fear, you be doubtful, embarrassed. This ain't that place. This is where you have come to get help. That's why you're on here, okay? Because it's after 7 o'clock at night. I'm sure you can be on your couch with your feet kicked up watching your shows. But you on here on this webinar trying to get yourself educated. So if you're going to be here, participate, okay, and see where you need to make the change so that you can improve your life. So you want to look at your net worth, because this is how you're going to tell what you're really worth. Your assets. Your assets is, what do you own? Do you own a house? Yeah, you may have a mortgage on your house, but how much do you owe on your mortgage, and how much is your house actually worth? But so let's say your house is worth $200,000 and you owe $150,000. That means you have $50,000 worth of equity. Do you own a car? And I'm not talking about a car that you still have payments on. I'm talking about a free and clear car, because a car is not like a house. A car is a liability. So if your car is not free and clear, it's not an asset. Do you have money in a bank? Your 401k, now that can be an asset. Do you have any precious jewels? You own a diamond. And I mean a diamond that's worth something. I mean, no disrespect to your ring. I know you love your ring, but I mean, really, is it really worth some money? And I'm not talking about your designer clothes. You may be able to get a little something for your handbags. But when you factor in your liabilities, your credit card debt, your car loan, your mortgage, what do you owe? So if you subtract what you owe from your assets, what do you have? Do you have a positive number or do you have a negative number? Because if you have a negative number, then you're bankrupt. Anybody want to take a shot at that? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, Jasmine, you say you're bankrupt. So how much are you bankrupt? Because see, when you're saying you're bankrupt, give me a number, and I'm gonna show you how you can turn that number around real quick. Remember, I told you you're gonna learn something tonight. So if you're bankrupt, what do you need to do? How much do you need to accumulate in order to turn that number around? Well, I'm gonna go on, but I want to see the actual number. How much over are you bankrupt? And we'll talk about that here a little bit later. So you want to look at your debt to income and ask yourself these questions. Do you have more bills than you have money? Because a lot of people are working and it's almost like they don't have enough money coming in to cover all their expenses. How much debt do you have? Have you guys really sat down and added up all the debt that you have going out each month and compare that number to what you have coming in each month? And that's a legitimate question because a lot of times we just work, we just work, we just work, we just work, and we just work, and we just work, and we just pay bills. We never sat down and added it up. We never sat down and counted the costs. Until you really look at the numbers, that's when it really hits home for a lot of people. Now you see what you have been doing and why you don't have what you know you need. When you look at what you have coming in and you subtract from what you have going out, what do you have left? Do you have a negative or do you have a surplus at the end of the month? If you only have $5 left, that's great. But that's great provided you're paying your bills and you're able to save. Now, if you just have enough coming in for you to pay your bills, nothing extra, then that's a problem. And we're going to talk about that as well. So, where does your money go? Are you shopping, eating out, traveling, loaning money, taking care of other households, taking care of your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers? All these are grown people who have the means to go get a job, but you inconvenience yourself to help them. I never really understood that as just the craziest thing I ever heard. I mean, I try to be nice when I hear this stuff, and it's like you really inconveniencing your household to take care of somebody else's household. That doesn't make sense to me. Why do we do stuff like that? Do we want to make ourselves feel good that, okay, we got it when you really don't have it? Because if you need it and you went to them, they can't help you. And you got to think about that when you're doing stuff like that. If you know without a shadow of a doubt, and this is another exercise, think about it. If right now you lost your job and you know the market was real tight, nobody's hiring, it's just a mess. Who do you have in your life that can help take care of you in your household? I mean, seriously, that is a real legitimate question. See, because I told you guys, I'm going to get you to think tonight. See, because a lot of you just do what you want to do because you're grown, but you don't really think about what you're doing until after it's done. But these are real life questions that you need to ask yourself. If you are out of work, yeah, you're going to get some unemployment, but you already know unemployment is going to be a fraction of what you make right now. And if you're struggling on your income now, unemployment, you might as well just not get any money because it's not going to help anything. You may buy some food and some gas, may pay your utilities, but if you have rent and you have car notes, I mean, what you going to do? And this is the kind of stuff you got to ask yourself. You know, we pay our cable bills, we pay our cell phone bill. I mean, seriously, some of that stuff you really can cut out. But again, because we're more concerned with what we want opposed to what we need, we don't do it. And what we don't do is we get ourselves in trouble, and then we want to cry po po me later on when you had the opportunity to get yourself together, but you didn't do it. And I really want you guys to really take this seriously and do that. Do some soul searching. You know, really evaluate your life. Because when you evaluate your life, I'm telling you, it really wakes you up. When they say a wake up call, yeah, I don't want you to get that wake up call when it's too late. Because when it's too late, it's really going to be too late. Because now you're going to be mad at the world. You're going to be mad at that person you loaned your money to and you know they can't pay it back. Why are you mad at them? You knew they couldn't pay you back when you gave it to them. You knew they couldn't help you, but you still gave it to them. You co-signed for somebody's car and they can't pay the note. You can't pay the note, but you wanted to be nice. Again, these are the things you got to look at because this stuff is real. I'm not making this up. I promise you. I promise you I'm not making this up. And one thing I didn't put on here, it is on here, eating out. I know most of you might be listening to this either on your cell phone, but if you're on your laptop, log into your bank account and just look at the last 2, maybe 3 weeks and look at how much money you spent eating out. And I'd like to see those numbers. So what I am going to do real quick. So I see Jasmine said she is negative 17,900. Miss Quinta, I know I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize. I'm not good at names. She's 55,000 in the hole. And Sylvia, I did just that. Today I got mad, depressed because I had to take just what she's saying. Crazy thing is I have no business being in this state. I am hungry for change. Well, at the end of the day, Sylvia, you're right. You have to be hungry. Because if you're not hungry for change, guess what? You're going to keep doing what you're doing until life happens. And then I've seen people, when life happens, and they got themselves back out of the situation, back to a positive state, and they went back and doing the same old thing. But until you get sick and tired, and I mean starving for change, you're not going to change. I'm a very positive person. I'm very motivational. You know, I'll push you to do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, it's going to be on you. You have to make that first step. And I can honestly say, you looked at your W-2 you got, what, last week? What did you think when you got that W-2? About all the money you made last year. What you got to show for it? That's another legitimate question. You got your W-2 a couple weeks ago, and you looked at W-2 and saw what you made last year. What do you really have to show for it, for all that money you made? I really want to know. $200 a week? Good Lord. Okay, Miss Anita. So you spend $200 a week eating out. So how much are you saving a month? Because that's $800. Okay, I thank you for that. Okay, I really do. I really do. I'm telling you guys, I don't make this stuff up. I really don't. This is why I have you go look to let you know I don't make this stuff up because I already know most of my clients that work with me, they tell me I can't afford to save. I don't have no money. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And I give them this bank statement assignment that I just gave you. Go look at your bank statement. And they tell me just what Miss Anita said. I'm spending hundreds of dollars a week eating out. And if you can afford to eat out, you can afford to save. Because what that tells me, that means you don't have a plan. And what that plan is, that means once a week, you need to be meal prepping. If you are meal prepping, that means for those of you that are busy, work late, okay, cook you some food to cover you during the week. So that means when you get home, all you have to do is pop it in the microwave or pop it on the stove and heat it and eat. Because if you're getting home late, the average person does not want to stand over the stove and cook. But if you know this is your week and you looked at your calendar, you laid out your week, oh, I got this going on this day, I got this going on this day, I need to have enough food for at least 4 days. Go purchase a crock pot. You could put beans or some roast or whatever in a crock pot. Stuff like that would last you at least 2 days. So that means you really don't have to cook 2 meals, 2 big meals, and you spread it out over the week. And you make enough where you can take leftovers to work for lunch. But see, we have gotten so accustomed to eating out and hanging out with our friends, doing happy hour and doing drinks, that, you know what, that's beneath us. But I'm asking you this, how bad do you want it? Because again, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, oh, you're going to make some changes, or changes going to make you. Because you got to get to a point where you say, you know what, I make way too much money not to have nothing. I don't even have a savings account, and I don't even own a house. Look at what you're paying your landlord. How long have you been renting? Some of you could have paid off a house by now, or real close to it. But yet and still, you continue to rent year after year because you're not saving and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know when your lease is going to expire. That means you need to get somewhere and say, you know what, I have no clue what I'm doing. Let me find somebody who can help me. And when you do that, okay, now it positions you to be ready. A lot of people say, oh, well, my lease doesn't expire till next year, so I'll deal with it later. Why wait to the last minute? That's procrastination. And a lot of you can attest, procrastination has burnt a lot of you. And I do mean burnt you on your back end bottom because you procrastinate. When you procrastinate, you miss opportunities. You got to tell yourself in your mind, by any means necessary, I'm going to stay ready. Because I don't know what's going to happen. But whatever happens, I want to at least be prepared for it. Y'all just don't understand. It is serious. But Miss Sunita, when I say something always comes up, then I use my savings and buy something extra for myself. I'm going to say this, and I said this today when I was doing a live meeting with one of my private groups. We say something always come up. And y'all can verify this if I'm lying. Usually something always come up when you leave your house. So that means if you get to a point where you say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, go somewhere and sit down. And when I say go somewhere and sit down, that means you need to go to work, you need to go to school if you're in school, go to church if you do church, if you have kids and they have activities, that's it. We're not doing no happy hour, we're not doing no groceries, no shopping, we're not going to see nobody, we're not visiting family, none of that. Because every time something always come up, that means you out and about. You in the mall and you saw this nice handbag or these shoes, you spending money. Ain't nothing come up. You should have went somewhere and sat down. And that's the main problem. See, we always like to be on the go. But I don't know about you. I love my house. I have no problem sitting on my couch in front of my TV with my feet kicked up on my ottoman. And some of you got to get to that point where you love being in your house. Because when you at home, you're not going to spend any money. Just like you talked about eating out. If you don't leave your house and you stayed home, guess what? You have more money in the bank, you have more food in your house, you good. So, Miss Anita, I'm using you because you put your numbers out there. I don't know how long you've been spending $200 a week, but I'm gonna just say you've been spending $200 a week for the last 3 months since November, and it was probably worse in December with Christmas shopping. But just last 3 months, that's $800 times 3. That's $2,400. Do you have $2,400 in your savings account? Because even at the $800 times, and I'm gonna get my calculator. I got my calculator today. If we do the $800 times 12, because if you're spending that kind of money, that means you eat out on a regular. So 800 times 12, that's $9,600. Didn't I just say if you get your savings to 10,000, you're doing something? So right now, because you're eating out so much, you're not able to meet that $10,000 goal. And I want to know if you actually saving money each month, because I mean, it's okay to eat out. Let me make sure y'all understand this. I'm not saying you can't eat out, but you got to do it in moderation. It has to be within your budget. And if it's not within your budget and you're unable to save, then that's a problem. So I don't want y'all to think, oh my God, or that's why I can't get myself together because I like to eat out. No, you can do it. You can have your day that you go out and do your drinks and hang out with friends. But once you spend your allotted money, that is it. That is it. And that's where you have to get yourself to where you can do that and make sure you stay within your guidelines. Okay, so Nadia, you got yourself on track. That's good. Okay, Mr. Rita, so we're going to get you right. Ooh, Aja, you 40,000 in the hole, 5K on my car, and 35 in student loans. You almost at $100,000. Miss LaMonica, you 35 in the red, no eating out for 25 days, savings. Well, I know you should be right, Miss LaMonica, because you in my my home buying class, so you know better. So I really wasn't looking for no bad numbers from you. For January, regarding eating out. Okay, when I saw something almost come up, then I even say, yeah, we got to do better. Just cut my cable off because it's not a necessity. That's $63 back in my pocket a month. Well, Miss Wade, you awesome, girlfriend. Because I'm definitely going to talk about that here in a little bit. 150. I say if you spend over $100 eating out, that's a problem. Okay? Because if you go out once a week and you spend, let's say, $25, that's right at $100. That's one day a week you can go out to eat. Because if you spend more than $25 to eat, you must eat at the finest of restaurants. Miss Ma'am, your idea of meal prepping is peanut butter and jelly, and you spending $200 a week? No, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to get in there and cook you some real food. Okay, $100 on eating out is good. That's a good number. Anything 100 and below, you're fine. Okay, Miss Renee, I see your numbers. Okay, so I want you guys to look at your cable, look at your cell phone, look at eating out. Those are the top three areas that I know for a fact you can cut. And based on Miss Anita already, she says she's spending $800 a month eating out. If she meal preps and go to $50 a week, okay, I'll still give you $200 a week because I know it's going to be an adjustment for you. But $600, ma'am, that's a lot of money that you can save. And we're not even talking about cable. We're not even talking about cell phone. But I'm gonna just focus on eating out and cable. Because for those of you who have cable bills, do some of you know, okay, you can cut your cable and get a Fire Stick. So between what you would save on cable and what you save from eating out, there go your savings money right there. But I know there's gonna be someone on here that says, "Oh no, I can't cut my cable. I gotta watch my shows." Well, you don't really know what a Fire Stick is and how to really use a Fire Stick, because I have a Fire Stick in my house. I watched the game last night, the Super Bowl, on my Fire Stick. You can watch all your shows on Fire Stick. You just have to download the app for those particular TV stations that you want to watch. So if you can do that, I mean, seriously, guys, I mean, you saving a lot of money. The average person is spending almost $100 a month on cable, unless you're that person that's just real high end and you got every channel that's out there and you spending $200-300 a month on cable. That's, you really need to cut your cable. But right there, I just showed you guys two areas: eating out and cable. If you cut those two areas, most of you will be saving at least an extra $200 a month. And by that, that means my job is done. I could be done with this webinar right now, okay? Because I already showed you how to save $200 a month. I'm done. I am just really done. So now I'm just talking. I pay $15 a month for DirecTV Now and HBO through a special program through my cell phone provider. Well, that's cool. Okay, you have Fire Stick and Hulu. Well, that's great. You cut the cable so you can eat out. Ma'am, Miss Rita, I'm gonna need you to get with me. I'm really gonna need you to get with me because you seem like you need some hands-on from me. Okay, Jasmine, that's good. Nadia, $180, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to get that real soon. And you're talking about soon. Soon needs to be this week before your next bill comes due. $180. Let me add that up for you, because I don't think you can add that fast. $180 that you cut in 12 months, that's $2,100. If you even take just half of that and use half of that to pay on some other bill, Vanessa, $222? Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to work on that, like ASAP, because we know better. Like I said, as long as there's Fire Stick out there, nobody should be paying for cable. Nobody should be paying for cable. So for those of you who say you cannot save, there you go. Cut your cable and cut that your eating out bill in half. Where do you put your money where your money can grow? Does anybody even have a dedicated savings account? Because I know you're eating out, I know you're paying for cable, but is anybody really saving money each month besides Miss LaMonica, because I know she's in my course? Okay, Miss Alondra. I'm gonna put my email down here. I'm gonna need you to email me. And I will explain to you how to use that Fire Stick. Because ma'am, you're not gonna be spending that kind of money a month on cable and you already have Fire Sticks in your house. Not gonna happen. That's $212. Nope. So I'm gonna need you to email me and we're gonna get you right. Because I told you, y'all not gonna be on this webinar and y'all gonna leave the way you came over here. Not gonna happen. You're gonna leave here with some money saving in your pocket and you ain't even done anything yet. Well, good for you, Jasmine. All right, Sandra. I know you should have one too. It was so hard to save, Nakusha. Okay, Miss Hanks, you said it was hard to save $25. What have you been spending eating out since it was hard for you to save $25? All right, Bridget, good deal. Okay, Alyssa, that's good. Miss Tramisha, I know you should be saving. Okay, Miss Quinta, what have you been spending eating out? Because I'm just saying this. If you say it's hard for you to save and you have a cable bill and you're eating out, then you tell them a story. Because you can save, because that means you can cut cable and get your Fire Stick, and you can cut eating out and save. So unless you're telling me you're doing the bare basics, you can save. I also have a jar that I saved coins in started last year. Okay, well that's good. Okay, I know that's what your goal is, but you didn't answer my question, Ms. Hanks. How much money you been spending eating out? Because that's what I want to know. Lakeisha, how are you supposed to figure out how much debt you're in? It's called add up all your debt. You can add up what you owe on everything and then add up what you pay per month. So based on what you pay per month and what you have come in your house per month, do you have anything left? And if you don't have anything left, then yeah, that's a problem. You're gonna need to cut something. You're gonna probably need to cut a whole lot. Uber and daycare. Yeah, daycare is yeah, no disrespect, but I'm like the way daycare costs right now, I'd be scared to have children because daycare costs more than rent, more than a mortgage. Okay, Miss Quinta, that's good. All right, Sylvia, I know you know what to do. Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to definitely put together as a daycare. Okay, Miss Quinta. Okay, so I know most of you, hopefully most of you, are getting a tax refund. So the question I ask is, where does your money grow? So if you don't have a dedicated savings account right now, then you need to get one. And you need to get one that is not connected to your checking account. Because if it's connected to your checking account, guess what? When life happens and you spent all your money, what are you going to be on your phone doing? Transferring money. So that would be the first step that I recommend. Open up a savings account that you can't touch. Look at cable. Excuse me. Look at cable. If you can cut your cable, okay, split it in half. Use half of that to go to savings and the other half to start paying toward debt. Same thing with eating out. If you haven't been eating out, perfect. But for those of you that have been, same thing. Take half of it, now dedicate that to savings. Because don't say now because you're not eating out, oh, now you got to pay a bill with that. You weren't paying a bill with it before. So now all of a sudden you have to pay a bill. Cut it in half go to savings, half goes towards debt. Like I said, when you guys are trying to cut costs, these are the most areas that a lot of your money go to. really food and gas, especially if you live in the Houston area and you live far away from your job, gas is still kind of high. And those of you who have cell phones, shop around and see if you can get your service lower. If your phone is just to make phone calls and maybe be on Facebook, then guess what? You don't need to have AT&T and spending almost $200 a month when you can get maybe Boost Mobile and cut that bill over 70%. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Same thing with auto insurance. Check around for your auto insurance. If you can lower that amount, go for it. Now, if you have high interest loans and you still have low credit scores, then that's not going to work for you. But if you have credit cards that have high interest rates, you may be able to call and find out, can you get your interest rate lower? What is the lowest interest rate they have available for your card? And if you have decent credit scores where you could possibly get a debt consolidation loan and combine all your debt into one, that would be perfect, because that would be help you to save money each month as well, because now you're not paying out as much. And same thing with food and gas. If you know you are a couponer or can start couponing, every little bit helps. If you only can get $50 a month in coupons, then guess what? That's huge, because that's not $50. You can maybe put half in savings and the other half go toward debt. Did you know statistics show that over 70% of Americans are in debt? The average household doesn't have access to $1,000. And most Americans rather invest in what they want rather than their needs. And if you lost your job, it would be devastating. Because if you don't have $1,000 in your bank account, what you gonna do? What are you going to do? If you know you are struggling right now, trying to make ends meet with your income, you get unemployment, which is substantially less, you don't have a backup because you have no savings, what are you gonna do? Some of you know for a fact you can't stay in your apartment and still pay the bills that you have. It's just not gonna work. And if that happens, now you're gonna get an eviction. Now you're gonna get all these late pays, and you just basically ruin your credit because you're not able to keep up. But I'm gonna help you. The solution, you need to create a budget. And I know a number of you may be saying, ooh, a budget? No, nothing about no budget. Well, I know there are a lot of forms online, where you can create a budget, but that ain't the budget you want. You want to get your budget that's going to help you manage your money. And when I say manage your money, you want to know where your money is going. You want to be able to lay it out and to say, you know what, I have this much money going out to my liabilities, this much money going to my personal expenses, this much money going towards my savings and investments. When you can break your budget up into those separate areas, now it helps you, okay, to better see where your money is going on a monthly basis. And that's one of the things that I think so many people are afraid of, because they think with a budget, it's going to restrict them and they can't do the stuff that they want to do. Like I said earlier, some of you thinking, okay, with a budget, I can't eat out. Yes, you can. You have a personal section on your budget and you can factor in eating out. You know for a fact, okay, you shouldn't be spending $200 a month eating out. Okay, I'm gonna cut that number in half. Let's do $25 a week. So Friday night, I'm not cooking. I'm eating out on Friday night. So I'm going to allocate $25 on Friday night to eat out. Now, if you have kids, they may want to do Chick-fil-A or something, then you might have to factor in a little bit more. But, Chick-fil-A is not that cheap either. They done got expensive. But just factor in what you need so that you guys can eat out and still be able to enjoy yourself. Don't get too restricted. At least give yourself that one time to go out each week. And I think you'll be okay. The goals of a budget, because like I said, a lot of people think it's restrictive. I honestly know with my course that I created, my main mission with my budget is to help my clients stop living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? I want them to see where their money is going. Because just like I just asked some of you, how much do you have coming in each month? What do you have going out each month? That should be something you can rattle off the top of your head like clockwork. Because you're supposed to know this. So remember what I said earlier, you just working to pay bills. You just working to pay bills. And whatever you have in your bank account and whatever you have that's due, you'll go ahead and pay it. But you never sat down and physically added up, I have this much debt going out each month and I have this much money coming in each month. And if you don't know that, that means you don't have a real budget. Because if you have a budget, you're looking at this stuff every single month. And if you like some of my clients, they look at their budgets almost every other day because they want to make sure they stay on top of what's going on. And you want to make sure you learn how to make your money work for you. And what I mean by that, so a number of you saying, you spend a lot of money eating out, you spend a lot of money on cable, but remember I asked the question, where's your money growing for you? Because some of you have your money in a bank account and really it's not growing for you because you got it in the wrong bank account. You got to put your money where it's going to grow and make you some money. No, it's not going to make you millions of dollars, okay, overnight, especially if you're not putting in but $25 or $50, but you're getting something. So you want to make sure you learn how to make your money work for you. And financial freedom, I told you guys earlier what that means to me. I know it means that to me. I promise you. If you were that person I was talking about, the same thing will apply to you. You want that type of financial freedom too. To be able to do what you want, when you want, how you want, and not be concerned with costs. That's freedom. And you want to be able to live within your means. That's not to say you can't go shopping, you can't go traveling. All that stuff can be done, but there's just some things that you may have to do extra to get you there. And like I said, you have to be starving, because when you're starving, you're going to do what you have to do to make it happen. So if you know right now, you've already did the math, you know what you have coming in, you know what you have going out, and you short. I mean, you really short. I mean, you trying to figure out how in the world you made it. That means you need to look at getting into a second stream of income. You need to cut some expenses. I already talked about the food. We already talked about the cable. We talked about the cell phone. And just with those three cuts, some of you would probably have a positive balance, a positive budget, just by those cuts. If you don't know how to coupon, go on YouTube. Got a lot of people out there couponing. Learn how to coupon. Because you're not eating out, now you have to go grocery shopping. So if you can save some money on grocery shopping, every little bit helps. And downsize. Okay, if you know you living out in Cypress or you living in Katy or Pearland and you spending $1,800 a month for rent, you might want to move a little closer in, maybe to your job where you can pay $1,300 for rent. That means now you're saving $500. Or even ask your apartment, can you downsize? But if your lease had expired, they probably won't let you downsize because they want all their money. But whatever you can do to downsize, then do it. And for a short period of time, if you know it would take you, say, 6 months to really get yourself out of debt, maybe consider increasing your withholdings. You may claim single and 2 right now. Okay, go single and 4, go single and 5. So that way you're bringing home a little bit extra money and you can use that extra money to pay off debt. And if you have a 401k, you can use your 401k to get what's called a hardship loan. And those of you who have, some real money in your 401k, I mean, that's game changing. That is game changing. And those of you who are getting a tax refund, again, that's game changing. Because you can use that money, and let me say this. So many people say, oh, we're getting my tax refund. I'm going to go pay this. I got to go do this. If you wouldn't have got that money, you wouldn't have did all that. So my question to you is, Act like you didn't get your money and use that money to now pay your bills a month ahead. Now you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. If you're able to pay your bills a month ahead, put some money in savings, your next paycheck, you don't have any bills to pay. So that money can sit in your bank account. But the following payday, you got all the money in your bank account to pay all your bills again. Do y'all see how that works? You used your tax refund to change your life. With that tax refund, now you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You're saving money, okay? You're paying your bills on time. That is huge. And if you have anything left, you can now pay some debts off. And if you have high credit card debt, pay some of your credit cards down below 30%. You can see how I just used that whole tax refund to help you change your entire life? That's what I want you guys to be able to do, okay? Because when money comes in your hand, what can you do with that money to change your life? It's not about saying, oh, I got to go do this. I got this came up. I tell you, that cracks me completely up. Every year I hear people say that. Every year. And then the next week or 2 weeks later, they back to where they are, square one. Living paycheck to paycheck. You got all this money, and you went and did something that you could have did without, instead of using the money to change your life. I'm trying to help you guys. I hope you guys got something from this. And those of you that had, that you were bankrupt and you were really in the hole, I'm going to give y'all a quick alternative. And I think most of you are already in my course, so you really know how to do this anyway. If you are in debt, I want you guys to understand this. Remember I said earlier, it does not matter, okay, how you are financially if your focus is on your credit. When you can master your finances, get yourself on a budget, start working on your credit. Get your scores in the 700s. If you get your scores in the 700s, the average bank should give you about $5,000 to $10,000 limits on your credit cards. So imagine you got 4 credit cards. Oh, I'm gonna just give you 2. You got 2 cards. They both have $7,500 limits. That's $15,000. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you use that one card and your bill's only $3,500 a month. So you use that one card to pay all your bills a month in advance. So now when that bill comes, because that money now sitting in your bank account, because you didn't have to pay no bills when your money hits your bank account. So the money's sitting in your bank, you take all that money that's due for that card and pay that card off. And you take your other card and you now pay your bills again for the next month. So basically now you're using other people's money to pay your bills, and you paying tax-free or interest-free. Because remember, you're paying that bill off before it's due, so you're not paying any interest. And if you've done that over a period of time, your bank is going to say, well, maybe I need to give them a limit increase. And now they increase your limits to over $10,000 each. So now you have access to $20,000. So what you can do, if you really want to know, you can join my program, and I'll show you how to partner with other people in my program, and you go and buy an investment property. If I put 4 of you on an investment property, the average profit is about $25,000. So if I put 4 of you on that investment property, you're going to profit about $7,500 each. About $6,500 each. Imagine some of you, I think one of you had 17,000 that you were in the hole, and somebody had 55,000. So that means on the 55,000, you have to do that same process about 10 times. Not really. Because if you do it 4 times, your 6 times 4 is the 25. You take your 25 and now you do a deal by yourself, and now you just made 25. So now, instead of taking 4 or 5 years to get that $55,000 of debt paid off, you could potentially get it all taken care of in 1 year. Do y'all understand what I just did? You had no money, but you used your credit to become financially free. And you can use that same process when you purchase your home and you want to get your home paid off quickly. What I want you guys to understand is you cannot be so consumed with what you don't have. What you do have, what can you do with it to change your life? And that's the one thing I want you guys to understand, because I hear it so often. So many people saying, oh, I don't have any money, or I'm struggling, my credit's bad. If you put all that focus, those of you that's been spending money eating out, if you put all that focus onto building your credit, whether it be a month, 2 months, no more than 3 months, because if it's more than 3 months to build your credit, you're not doing something right. But at the most, let's say it takes you 3 months to get your credit in the 700s. You just changed your life. And if you channel your focus, remember I said go somewhere and sit down? You make sure you stay at home, you're not spending no money, you're looking at your credit report, you're making sure you're doing everything right, you're paying your bills on time. 3 months, that's all you need. That 3 months can change your entire life, people. If you guys, what is today? February 4th. May 4th, if you are still in the same position you are today, that means you didn't hear a word I just gave you. I just showed you guys how to reduce your debt, how to start saving, and really how to become really financially free. I am so serious. This thing works. It really does. But you got to be dedicated, and you got to be patient, and most of all, you got to be willing to sacrifice. Because if you're that person who has to always look cute, you got to always be, everything together, it ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work for you. But if you're willing to buckle down, look like a fool in front of your friends, because they know you used to going out, they know you used to spending money, and you telling them I can't go, and they talking about you, okay, well, y'all keep talking, because I'm working on something. Because in a minute, y'all gonna want to know what I'm doing and how I did it. Because I'm gonna be living the life that I want to live, because I created this life. And that's what I want you guys to get to, because I know y'all can do it. If you spend that kind of money on extra stuff, yeah, you can do it. But I want you guys to focus on this. From this day forth, if you're really serious about this, you got to stop using your credit cards. If you know you can't stop using your credit cards, cut them up. I didn't say close them. I said just cut them up. That means you won't be able to use them. You can't say you can't do something if you haven't tried. I hear so many people say that. Oh, I can't do that. That don't work for me. Did you try? Because if you haven't tried it, you don't even know. And I guarantee you, a large number of you have missed it because you didn't even try. You've been scared. You've been fearful. You've been doubting it, thinking somebody's going to get you, somebody's going to defraud you. And all that fear has cost you is to miss it. I'm telling you, you better get it together. Don't allow outside distractions to stop you. I just told you about your friends. They talking about you because they know you used to doing certain things, and now they just making you look bad. No, it is what it is. I'm working on something, and that's all you need to tell them. You don't have to go into detail about it, because I promise you, if they're not going to stop what they're doing, they're not going to understand what it is you're doing. Don't forget what your results will offer you. I just told you, if some of you cut your cable, you already saving hundreds of dollars. If you stop eating out, you already saving hundreds of dollars. So now you came on this webinar saying you can't save any money? I just showed you how to save at least $200 already, the average person. Make sure you're paying your bills on time each month. And you got to learn to tell people when people want to borrow money from you, tell them your money is busy. Don't tell people you don't have any money because you don't want to put that into the atmosphere. You tell them my money is busy. What does that mean? My money is busy working for me. It's paying off my debt. It's growing in my savings account. It's being invested. So it's working for me. They may get mad, but guess what? They'll be okay. You want to make sure you're constantly saving each month. And you got to learn how to tell people no. Your girlfriends call you, girl, let's go to happy hour. No, I can't go. Unless you're paying, I can't do it. I got to stay home. Our marshal told me to go somewhere and sit down. So that's what I'm going to do. You got to be patient and you got to stay focused. And track your progress. At the end of every month, look at your bank statement. Oh, wow, I spent $200 a week last month. Well, this month, I only spent $75 a week. That is major progress. And the next month, I only spent $25 a week. If you're not tracking your progress, that means you're not planning on purpose. If you know you need to go to the next level and change your life, change your finances, you got to make sure you are watching everything you do. Sunday, if that's your slowest day, go grocery shopping, meal prep, plan for the week. You know you got appointments. I can do this, and this on this day. When you plan on purpose, then guess what? You're going to get results on purpose. And that's what you really want to focus on. So, do y'all have any questions for me? Because I am done. Renee, you said the plug. What is that? Yeah, Tamisha, I'm proud of you. Naquisha, you're going to have a lump sum of money to do that, sweetheart. So based on what you pay out each month and what you have coming in each month. So let's say you have $3,000 come in your house a month and all your bills come to $2,500. So that means you get paid $1,500 a month. So you need to have at least 1,000 in savings. So if you have 1,000 in savings, you get paid 15. You add your savings to your 15. Now you have all the money to cover all your bills for the month. Same thing. If you get $3,000 from tax refund, then guess what? Take that whole tax refund, pay all your bills a month in advance. Now when your paycheck comes in, you don't have anything to pay. Put your money where it needs to go, and guess what? Now that process starts. That's how you do it. That's right. That's right. Charmaine, where were you? I know you got my email talking about you came in late. I'm gonna need y'all to be on time, even though I was 2 minutes late. I am recording it, so I can send out the replay. Well, like I said, Alyssa, there's a lot of things that you guys can do to get yourselves out of the jam that you're in. So if you guys can just apply a couple of things that I gave you, I promise you it would make a world of difference. No, they don't run your credit when you call to ask for a limit. Interest rate decrease. You just call your credit card companies and just ask them what is the lowest interest rate they have available. Now, if you know your credit score is a 400, don't ask for no limit, no interest rate decrease, because those high interest rates are for their customers who have low credit scores. That's how they make their money. But if you know you have 600, 700, 800 credit scores, then by all means, call them. Good scores, Nadia. Okay. So, for those of you, you know you can get this done, you can get this set up. If you feel you need my help, I just started actually on this past Friday. I just started the online course called the Financial Freedom Financial Freedom, not Masterclass, but Financial Freedom course. And that Financial Freedom course actually takes you through budgeting, it takes you through the credit process, it takes you through the home buying process. Those of you that are renting, even if you're a homeowner, okay, it takes you through how to pay off your mortgage in 3 to 5 years. And then with the little tip that I gave you guys about using your credit card to get out of debt, we go real depth in that. I help you guys lay the foundation to really getting yourselves in order, because at the end of the day, okay, when y'all did that exercise, you don't have any money, you bankrupt. You want to make sure you get to a point in your life where you can do some things, okay? Because it's not just about you. Those of you who have children, your parents may not have taught you about money. Your parents may not have taught you about credit. If that is the case, don't let that be the case for your children. You know you got school-age children. At some point, they're going to go to college. If you can't afford to save any money now, you're not going to be able to send them to college. So what you going to do? Get them student loan debt? I'm not saying you have, your kids aren't smart and they won't get scholarships, but what if they don't get them? So if they don't get them, you're going to basically set your kids up to be in debt and they don't even have a job. All because you did not plan early. And that's what I want you guys to take away from this. You got to plan. You got to put yourself in order to get to where you need to be. And if you need my help, I would say email me. My Financial Freedom course is $37. So for those of you spending $200 a week eating out, you spending $50 a month paying for a cell phone bill, or $200 a month for cable, how much has that benefited you? Okay, has that changed your life? Because you're paying that every single month and you're not getting nothing in return. You feel good. You caught up on your shows. You got your phone. You can talk to your girlfriend, your home girls. If you know you doing all that and your life is still in a mess, give it a try. $37 for 4 months, because the course is really long. I ain't gonna lie. When I tell you it is setting you up for everything, when I say all, you thought I was in your business tonight. This course is all in your business. But after the first 30 days, some of you gonna probably want to come kiss me, because you're gonna be like, oh my God, Marsha, I did not realize this is how my life's supposed to be set up. Remember, I told you, my mission is to help more people get their lives together. And you got to get to a point where you say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm giving all this money to the restaurants, giving all this money to AT&T, giving all this money to DirecTV, and I'm still broke, I'm still busted, and I'm still disgusted, and I'm still struggling. So let me try this $37 thing and see if that's going to do any better, because right now what I'm doing, it ain't working. I'm tired of working every month, and I don't have nothing. And I'm darn sure afraid if I lose my job, or if I get on that freeway and get in an accident and I can't work for a month or 2 months, I'm screwed, because I don't even have $1,000 in my savings account. This is the stuff you got to talk to yourself about, because y'all know we just went through this. I ain't make this stuff up. I am not making this stuff up. This is real. This is real life. And remember, I said this. I'm telling you guys right now, we are approaching a real estate storm real soon. What does that mean, Marsha? There's going to be some stuff crashing. And when I say crashing, it's going to be crazy. And I hope it doesn't crash to the point where a lot of companies are laying off. Because if it does, it's going to be a real sad day in Houston, Texas, and really around the U.S. But you guys have an opportunity now to get yourselves together, because I promise you, you want to make sure at all times you stay ready. Because if you stay ready, guess what? You won't have to get ready. And those of you who have 401ks, even in that financial freedom course, we have a piece in there on tax-free retirement. Y'all have a 401k? Let me just say this. 401k ain't your friend. I know your employer may be matching you, but do your research. You're going to pay 25% on that money when you get it, and you're going to pay another 25% when you file your taxes. And what your company is matching you is not even 25%. So guess what? You're getting screwed. Your company is matching you because they need write-offs so that they don't have to pay taxes. So they're giving you that money. They're not doing you no favors. Again, I am trying to educate you all. I need you all to be money savages, okay? I need you to know how money works and what you need to do to make your money work for you. I told you guys, it's time out for us saying that we don't know. Everybody else is making it, but we aren't. You got to be able to invest in yourself. Because if you don't invest in yourself, guess what? Not going to happen. You signed up, Charmaine, you signed up for Vanguard. What is that? That's the investment company? I put down here in my email, so if you're interested in the financial freedom course, send me an email and I'll send you the details of what you would need to get started. Okay, Mr. Rita, you work 2 jobs? Again, get in my course. Get in my course and see, you spending that kind of, I'm gonna tell you like this, you spending that kind of money eating out. I'm actually doing a 4-week real estate intensive course. I'm actually starting next week. It's full now. I can't get into it because it's packed out. But I'm doing an intensive course. It's $697 for 4 weeks. And in 4 weeks, I am teaching my students, okay, how to make sure their money's right, how to make sure their credit's right, how to make sure they get set up in their business. And we're going to go out doing real estate deals. We're going to do probably about 2 deals together. Remember I told you guys earlier how to use your credit to build wealth? Well, I'm showing my clients how to do the same thing, but we're going to be doing joint venture projects. That second project's going to give them, about $25,000 because they'll do a deal on their own. But if we do 2 more deals and they partner with somebody else, let me tell you something. By the end of the year, you could have an extra 100 grand cash in your bank account and you work in 1 job. And really, if you master this, you can quit your jobs. And this could be your full-time job. You could be traveling around the U.S. buying up investment properties. But you got to know how to do it. First, you got to know how to manage your money. This is the type of stuff that I'm teaching you. And at the end of the day, again, do your research. See what other people are charging. I am literally giving this stuff away because I want you guys to do what you have to do and say, you know what? Yeah, I need this. So again, where's the email? It's at the bottom. Scroll up in the do you see the comments? It says Financial Freedom Course, and then I have my email. Like I said, if you guys get connected to me, I promise you this. By the summer, your life should be on a whole nother level. By June, when school gets out, those of you with children, your life should be on a whole nother level. If you're not on a whole nother level, that means you didn't do something right. And I'm just being honest, I'm a little bit over the top because I know this thing works. And I got a few people, I think I got quite a few of y'all that are in here now that are in my course. They can vouch for it. It works. It works. LaMonica, you can take what course again? Uh, did y'all see my email? I'll put it down here again. I didn't put the link in here only because the link is kind of long. So if you shoot me an email, I'll send it to you. Well, LaMonica, you never took the Financial Freedom course. I just started that one Friday. You took the Home Buying Bootcamp course. The Financial Freedom course is the new one. So you haven't taken that one. That one just started on this past Friday. I've added a whole, I think in that Financial Freedom course, it has like 75, 76 lessons. When I tell you, it takes you step by step. Those of you, I know Miss Sunita, I'm sorry. You say you're working 2 jobs. It doesn't matter, sweetheart. Whenever you log in, that's when you can go to your next course or your next lesson. If you work nights, you work days, it doesn't matter. If you're traveling, whenever you log in is when you can go to your next course. So it's on your schedule. I created this so that I can remove all excuses to your success. You have videos in there, you have assignments in there, you have self-checks at the end of each module, okay? Because I want to see that you're doing the work and you get to hand that stuff in and we're checking it. Remember, I am making sure that you guys are successful. We have a private community where it is amazing. I'm just being honest. I love my group because everybody in there supports each other. We have accountability partners. It is really, really good. And I know we need more of that. And that's why I have put all this together because I know we need this help. And all you got to do is take the chance and do it. Oh, Charmaine, it's $9.99 because people may want to get in there and just see what it's about. So the $9.99 is for the first week. So if you get in there and you look around and say, you know what, yeah, I like this, then in 7 days it'll charge you to $37. But it's $37 a month. But the introduction, just for you to get in there and do the first week, and look at all the other courses that are in there, it's $9.99 for 7 days. Oh, when you register, you start. So it's immediate. So if you want to start next week, when you register, it starts. You want to log on tonight at midnight, when you register, it starts. I'm telling you, this thing is so amazing. You guys are going to love it. I mean, just really love it. You're going to love it really more because it's just a lot of stuff that you guys are going to be blown away. Oh my God, I never realized that we were not doing this stuff right. I'm telling you, my goal is I want to help everybody as much as possible to achieve financial freedom. Again, you guys are working way too much not to have nothing to show for it. If you guys are not tired, I'm tired for you. All right, Vanessa, well, welcome aboard. Make sure you get in there and do the, I think it's in the first module, about joining our community. So once you get in and join the community, like I said, you'll get in there. Usually I try to get you in there the same day. But once you get connected, I know I just did a post today about accountability partner. If you don't have one, we'll get you connected because I want to make sure everybody has someone. And I will say this about this course. It's not all about work, everybody. I want you guys to be able to have fun and enjoy your life. One of the things that I am putting together is I'm putting together outings for singles, I'm putting together outings for married couples, and I'm putting together a retreat because I want us to be able to have fun. If you worked hard and you've gotten yourself to a place where you are free mentally, then I want you to now go and enjoy yourself. I want you to really know what it feels to live and to live well. There is a lot going on in the world, and the world is beautiful. You need to see it. And that's one of the things that I want to bring to this community, because it's just, I just have a problem with just working just to pay bills. I mean, life is about way more than that. We should be having fun, okay? We should be building stuff together. We should be, you know, all these apartments. We need to be owning some of that stuff. That's the kind of stuff I want to bring to this group. So you guys are great. Yeah, Charmaine. Yeah, we're doing that cruise thing, but a lot of people didn't sign up for the wealth building course, so I may be changing that. I actually want to go to Costa Rica and rent a mansion, but we'll find out later this week how many people are really going, because I think the mansion can hold up to 25 people. I mean, it's really big, and so we'll see. But because I was trying to do more than a cruise. Remember, I was trying to get us to Miami. We were going to do an event, a white event in Miami, and we were going to do something on the cruise. So we'll see this week, but I'll let you know by Wednesday for sure. So if you all don't have any other questions for me, I thank you guys so much for being on this webinar. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are just on fire, that you know your situation can be helped in 90 days, not 9 months, not 9 years, but in 90 days, your whole situation can turn around. Honestly, if you're taking this course, I'm gonna just be honest with you. In 30 days, what, not even 30 days, you ain't even took my course yet. I already showed you how to save money. I already showed you how to save money. So imagine at the end of 30 days what your life is gonna look like. I'm telling you guys, y'all gonna be blown away. When I know it's my course and I love it. It really is thebomb.com. But you guys are gonna be amazed that your life is gonna be on a whole nother level. You're gonna be like, man, I didn't think I could live like this. This is crazy. Yes, it's really easy. And I'm walking you guys step by step. Trust and believe. When I tell you, this ain't that course that you're going to sign up for and you be like, I don't never see Marsha. Where's she at? Ask my people. I'm real hands-on. I'm hands-on because I want to make sure y'all get this. You're not going to tell anybody you know me or you connected to me and you don't have your life together. That's just not going to happen. I want y'all to get y'all life. I want you to get your whole life, because you getting your life is going to help you change your family's life. And when you change your life, your family's life, now it's time for you guys to go out and be a blessing to somebody else. Okay? It's a whole lot of poverty around here. And we can't help no one if we can't first help ourselves. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Yes, when you become financially free and you build wealth, I want you to be able to go and help somebody else. Who can you bless? Take a homeless person off the street. You know, find a child that's, you know, maybe don't have food on their table and give them food for a month. I mean, when I tell you guys, y'all gonna be amazed. Just the life that you want to live, it's gonna be amazing. So I'm done, because I can be here all night talking about this stuff because I know it works. You guys have a great night. I love you guys. You got my email if you have any questions, but I hope I'll see you guys in the Financial Freedom course. Y'all have a great night. I love y'all, and I will talk to you guys next time. And I'll also, once this course downloads, the webinar downloads, I'll email it out to you guys. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.